Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Nameplates mod, which is being made by user Expired6978. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is floating health bars above the heads of all the NPCs in battle, whether they are friend or foe, and I simply love that, as it is a very useful tool for you to be able to see the health status of everyone involved in a fight, so you can more easily and better plan out who you will strike first. And of course, this is a mechanic we see in a lot of other games, especially these days in MMORPGs. They do typically go with the route of nameplates over everyone, but you don't necessarily see it in a lot of single-player games. Instead, them using, as Fallout 4 does, just the single health bar of whoever you're immediately pointing at, which is useful to know that. But what if I want to know what the guy behind him's health is like if I want to take on him first? Or what about that pack of ghouls over there? They might be the better ones to strike, and now with this floating health bars mod, you'll be able to tell. So let us actually go and take a look at it by starting by harassing that poor mongrel like we always do. Let's actually make you stay dog meat momentarily, so you do not go and kill the mongrel before I can properly show this off. And let us just go into combat with the mongrel. Now, with a single enemy, honestly, this mod's not that useful because we do have, as you'll see momentarily, the health bar at the top, but you can see that it does pop that HP bar above his head with his name, and if we do back up from him, you can see that it does scale with distance. So, you know, it just doesn't always take up that huge amount of space like it does at the top of the screen. And once more, single units one-on-one, not the greatest thing ever, but in groups of enemies or allies, it can be a very, very useful tool. But it is quite nice, and as long as that enemy stays within line of sight, that bar will stay above his head. If he did, say, for instance, go behind a building, it would disappear, and of course, if I turn around, it disappears and then comes back when we face him again, you know, so that it doesn't keep all these things loaded over everyone's head, because, well, how it's doing this, the mod is basically calculating the place of the head every frame, and then placing that thing above it. So to help save with space, it does sort of cull them out when they aren't in view, which is quite useful. Ooh, and at this point, I probably should mention how it is doing it is that you do require the Fallout 4 script extender, which does mean this is a mod that can only be done on PCs. The consoles do not allow script extenders, so PC only here, my friends. And yeah, once you have the latest Fallout 4 script extender installed, then you can install this mod. But let's take out this poor mongrel and go back into town to show off how this does look with groups. Now, we're going to be looking at groups of friendlies rather than groups of enemies, but you know what? You'll get the same idea from it. So, if we get Dogmeat to follow us again,
hey,
there we go, because I'll need you so I don't get attacked constantly. And what we're going to do is just simply spawn an Alpha Deathclaw. There we are! We have a friend! And look at all of our settlers now coming to the aid in the battle, where you can see that they have above their heads a blue nameplate rather than the green that Dogmeat has. And that's just to show the different color coding for different NPC types. So of course, red is enemies, green is your companions, blue is any friendly allies that'll help you in a fight, and then there is also another color, which sadly I can't show off because I never really cared about the relationship stuff in this game, but if you do have a lover of one of the NPCs, they will show up as a sort of pinkish purple color on their health bar. So very good thing to know that you do get that color coding, so you can see the status of all the people involved in the fight, whether they are your friends or your foes. For instance, that settler there is probably going to die soon, so I should probably help this battle out and take out the Deathclaw before they die. Lovely. Isn't it wonderful? You have been saved, sir. You have been saved. And that is, well, the nameplate mod. I love this thing, I really do, as I do find it very useful when there are especially groups of enemies attacking, as it's just great to see on the fly what everyone's health is. And if you do have a mod that adds in extra companions and allows you more control over commanding them, it's also a useful tool so you can know when exactly to pull back your allies and engage more with the enemies yourself to save their butts, like with that poor settler there. And so it's a very useful tool and just a fun thing to have. It's quite nice, in my opinion, seeing all those health bars in a fight. And so yes, if you would like to check it out for yourself, and I definitely would say to do so, you can take a look at the link in the description as always. And a reminder again, you do need to have installed Fallout 4 Script Extender, so that is a requirement. I think right now, yes, I'm looking over my other monitor. It requires version 1.8.7 of Fallout 4 Script Extender or greater. And so with that installed, you will be good to go. And if, I should actually also mention this, if you do wish to change the color of the bars, if you don't like the default colors, or indeed, if you don't want to see certain color bars, like if you don't care about the friendly ones, you just want to know enemies and allies, or companions rather, you can actually turn those on and off and change their colors in a .ini file. There are instructions on how to do that on the mod page as well. It, just requires going in and changing some text. And so it is a useful thing to have if you would like to customize it a bit, which is always nice. But yes, that is going to be it for this episode, friends. I hope you all have enjoyed, and if you of course would like to help support the channel, you can go take a look at my Patreon campaign, links in the description and in the end slate. And of course, if you'd like to communicate with the community as well as myself, you can jump onto our Discord server, again, link description. Good times. But that's going to be it for today, folks. I hope you have enjoyed and you do come back for the next, but until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, Alpha Deathclaw. Die, you fool! Later, folks!